But first, we know a lot of you might be still a little intimidated about some of the features of the internet. We've got some students and some teachers who are going to give you some reassuring comments about surfing the net.
I think it's really fun. Like, when I first used it, I thought it was going to be really boring. Well, I think every teacher should have the internet because if you're learning about something, you can get lots of information and send them all the way across the world in 8 seconds.
It's weird. It's what will we do without the computer?
Well, you should get a computer and some education so that you can learn how to use the internet and teach your class.
We have not had a lot of experience online. I did not get on the internet until this fall. And so it does not take a lot of experience to become part of a project like this. To me, it's very important for children to see technology working now and not wait till high school or college before they have their chance to see what's available.
I think you can see the reaction of the students in the classroom. They're excited about this. They like using these tools. They enjoy working together, and using technology can be a real community event. They like all this part of it. They like getting all of the mail. Yesterday, as I began a lesson, I started handing out some of the email that we got in just that day. The children are key pals, for instance, with a class of kids from Gillette, Wyoming. They've been getting mail from places like Ask a Geologist and getting mail from the Zoo Project. And in the midst of passing out mail, one of the students said, "Boy, we get a lot of mail in here." And I thought to myself, how different this is from only 2 years ago, when I wasn't using the internet, when I wasn't using technology as much as now. It really brings the whole world right into their classroom with them.
I think it has a lot of possibilities. We've explored some ideas that we've had, just kind of brainstorming as a technology team here. It's a kindergarten teacher, 2 first grade teachers, second grade teachers, a 4th grade teacher, and myself. And we thought it would be just kind of neat to see how far along we could take the kids with keyboard experience, as well as kind of networking out into neighboring communities, and then getting growing a little bit more, seeing what they're doing across the states, and eventually just seeing what other activities teachers and students are doing worldwide.
I have to admit that these kids are growing up with the computer. I didn't. When I was in high school, it was a slide rule, and Texas Instruments had just come out with the first red kind of diode calculator. For me, computers are not a natural. As I learned to do this with this project, I had to learn a new email system that I'd never used, Eudora. I felt like this clunkhead as far as being able to figure out, okay, I've got to figure out the mechanics, the logistics of this computer, and how do I work with this email system. And it was about halfway through the project before I felt comfortable with getting mail returns because I typed in the wrong address or something like that. So it's been quite a learning process for me that way too. But I really do think computers are the way of our future. And if I can work them into the classroom, I'm learning with it, and I think the kids are learning with it too.
Well, since it's so new, I had to learn how to first connect, on my own. And so that was a little trialsome, just figuring out how to get my computer to connect to the internet, how to use the software to connect. And it's very slow. It's sometimes it freezes up, and you basically have to turn your computer off and start over. And so that's a little bit frustrating at times. And it's very slow. It's a lot of waiting, especially when you're trying to do graphics and sounds and these kinds of things. And that's what the kids want to see.
We do not have Netscape or any graphics. Everything is just the text. Our students are wonderful about it. They're still thrilled with that. We have one computer over here that does have a faster connection and does have Netscape. And of course, when they see all the color in the pictures, it's like, can't we have them on all of them? I said, just be patient, we will.
Definitely be patient. I had to, go through quite a bit to get configured, to get connected. That was a little trialsome. But talk to other teachers who have been through